Are you eating as a way of escaping a very loud inner critic? You know, that voice in your head that says things like, "You're not good enough," or "You don't deserve to be happy," or "You're such a loser." That voice can be so loud that you'd do anything to shut it up. And when you're eating or focusing on food, you're usually not, momentarily anyway, not involved in a self-hating, self-abusive relationship to yourself. Eating is therefore a way of temporarily getting away from your own mean voice. And whatever you call it, the internal judge, inner critic, self-attacker, slave driver, it's the part of you that tries to kill off your spirit and stop you from living your best life and feel good about yourself. When you're mean to yourself, you feel terrible, which again makes you vulnerable to using food to feel better. So, what do? How do you create change? Here's how you do it. Imagine a mental courtroom. Now, you are well acquainted with your internal prosecutor, but what about the defense counsel? You've got to start cultivating the voice of a defense attorney. So when the prosecutor is accusing you of various deficits, object. If you've ever seen a Law and Order episode, you know what I mean. Objection! Demand evidence from this prosecutor. And remember, any judge will tell you this. Feelings are not facts. Feelings are not facts. Feelings are not admissible as evidence. If you feel like there's something wrong with you, challenge that notion. If you feel like you should be in a different place in your life, challenge that idea. Give your defense attorney an equal opportunity to be heard. So, when that internal prosecutor accuses you of not being good enough, as an example, the defense has to say, well, what is the definition of good enough? And by the way, it is totally subjective and not a number on the scale. Ask, what criteria form the basis of this accusation? Is it only your weight? What is alternative evidence? What about evidence that you are good enough? Think about how you actually live your life. If you're listening or watching this show, there is a part of you that is proactive, hopeful, willing to consider new perspectives. If you've tried and failed many diets, you are tenacious, not a failure. So allow new evidence to enter into your self-definition and then judge for yourself whether or not you're good enough. Chances are you'll come to a different conclusion than if you only look at yourself from the lens of a prosecutor. When you liberate yourself, free yourself from that inner critic, and start feeling good about yourself, you won't use food for comfort or distraction. And that's how you win the diet war. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Nina, and I'm here to help you make peace with food and feel better. Check out my website at winthedietwar.com and sign up for a free 3-day challenge to crack the code of emotional eating. See you next time.